Hello and welcome back to this best of 5 series in the grand finals of the Rapture Gaming League. We are gonna see the second game in this series and see if First Departure can have a bit of a better game than they had previously, because they got absolutely wrecked by Mineski, who basically won over them 4-on-5, kinda. Oh, and my co-caster, of course, Vikrant. Welcome back.
Good to be back, Shiver. First Departure is stolen the Alchemist this game, so we were saying,
yeah. Well, at least they didn't let it go to Mineski.
Right. Game 1, I don't know if people saw, but it was very rough, and the support Alchemist played a big role.
Yep, that is true. And we're gonna see First Departure can copy that. Basically, that's something that will that First Departure is hoping for, most likely, because I'm expecting it to be played as a support as well. I mean, Mineski banned out the Marana and the Clockwork. I mean, pretty decent. The Clockwork was the only hero really in the previous game that had a chance to make things happen, and you know, want to take that chance away. We still have a Weaver in the pool for this game though, which is a hero that First Departure does sometimes pick up, as we've seen. They themselves have banned out the Timbersaw that we saw in the previous game as well, which was on the off lane, which is doing just massive work. And the Venomans are still removed from the pool. That means that we still have the Crystal Maiden in, still have the OD in, still have the Invoker in. And I'm kind of happy that we don't have an anti-mage this game and a Lifestealer instead.
Yeah, I mean, it'll certainly... Lifestealer is a hero that likes PvP substantially more. The anti-mage was very uninteractive. I had a friend tell me that the game started 40 minutes late because First Departure was 4v5, right?
Yep.
But then in the game, Mineski was 4v5.
That is true. That is true. It's just, you know, on one side, it's totally understandable for an anti-mage to have a game like that, but on the other side, it's just really awkward that First Departure still lost so heavily when the anti-mages had no participation whatsoever.
Yeah, but it's such low impact early on. Hero, Spectre, Invoker. I mean, Invoker actually can be high impact early, but not when he dies 3 times before 5 minutes, which is what happened. Like, Mineski just hit their marks. They had the really good roaming from the CM and Elk, and then as soon as Invoker lost the mid lane, they immediately created that offensive tri lane, and then they couldn't stand in the tri versus tri either. So once you lose the tri v tri and you lose the Invoker lane, like, you're out basically. Like, you just don't have a chance of getting back in. Everything after that, like, it's not. The thing about Dota is games persist for quite a while after like one team has a huge advantage, right? So it might look like FD just played bad after that, but in reality, like, they had almost no chance. So like, it's always going to look bad when you're just getting wrecked, but it doesn't really say anything about the teams.
True. Perhaps. Oh, if you were to say outpicked or outplayed in that game, the previous one.
Outpicked.
Outpicked.
And they played really well with their picks as well, but mostly it was just lack of answers to Elk CM. Maybe they could have had the Earthshaker start closer to mid or something, but he's just not really a jungling support. So what does he do if they don't come? If they don't roam?
True. Well, we're gonna see it. Nyx Assassin, I'm gonna assume for now that it is a support. Nyx Assassin Rubik is a pretty decent combination. In terms of roaming potential, I mean, they're still pretty decent. You've got 2 disables. The amount of nuke is a bit less though, so they require a mid that can help with that nukage. The mid will be probably up against a Dragonite, which is a fairly easy hero to go up against. Like Mineski can basically pick any kind of mid that they want, because Dragonite is not a hero that is built to win the lane. He is built to just be on the lane, and he is not going to get killed and survive and get far.
Yeah, I don't really consider myself an expert on DK. Like, I'm kind of biased against the hero. I kind of hate him.
Okay, wow, that's a harsh emotion, you know.
Yeah, and it's unfair to the hero because he's actually very strong. He has a very good win rate in 6.79. It's more than 60%, I believe, or it's right around 60% in professional games. Oh, crap, they let Elder Titan through?
Wow,
damn, okay.
I almost forgot about that hero.
Yeah, I just assumed he was banned, because I always assume he's banned. Because speaking of heroes that have ridiculous win rates, this guy right here.
Yep, and he can just be by himself on the suicide lane. He'll be having a happy time, I feel like. I mean, Elder Titan has been on the winning side of so many games lately that it's going to say. I would like to see what his win rate is. Do you know?
Oh yeah, it's like 65%. It's completely insane.
That is very high, indeed. Yeah.
This is after nerf, post nerf. Before that, it was even more.
Oh, I don't think that should be happening. Like,
No, the hero is broken. Like, full stop. The hero is stupid. Like, 6.7 has a really, really good version, but there's heroes in it that are too good, and Elder Titan's one of them.
Yeah, we've got some mid bans out though. I mean, First Departure, they kind of picked the Dragonite. I wasn't really expecting Dragonite to be banned, so I'm kind of surprised to see that picked up. They go for dark. You had bit of a hatred against the Darkseer. I believe that was yesterday.
Yep, I hate their entire lineup.
But, I mean, yesterday the Darkseer still won, right?
Yeah, what was that game with the Darkseer did well? Yeah. Winter's Darkseer.
Winter's Darkseer, yeah.
I do think that if you're going to play Darkseer, if you have a good lane phase, you go Midas and you just go mass items. Yeah, that's the way to play the hero, but it's not like he never wins, he just usually doesn't win.
Yeah, and he's not really good up against a Lifestealer either, who will just eat himself back to life. He can rage if the Iron Shells really start hurting him. It might be annoying to deal with if you are a Lifestealer, but it's not something that is gonna kill you.
Yeah, look, like, I get the Darkseer. They're obviously going for, like, the Alchemist stun combo, and then they can, like, Fire Breath on top of it. They can even use Visage Birds to drop down after the Alchemist stun hits, but what happens, like... Okay, like, professional players are going to land their spells, but it's a really tough timing when you're not on land to actually get everybody into the Unstable Concoction. And what if you don't? Like, it's just not high impact otherwise. I don't know. Like, illusions are meaningless. Like, Lifestealer illusions aren't that great. Like, they're good. And obviously illusions of everybody else aren't great. Nyx can do all sorts of incredibly annoying stuff to you. The mana burn hurts for Darkseer. You can spike Carapace Darkseer whenever you want just by moving next to something that has an Ion Shell on it. Like, I don't know. I don't know, Shiver.
I guess time will tell. It's the only thing that we can say against this. I mean, right now, the thing that First Departure lacks is their carry. I'm assuming that the Alchemist is indeed a support. Again, they are kind of forcing themselves into a carry that comes online early and doesn't fall off because Dragonite... Like, they really... Again, they don't have a hero that can take over the game early game, which is something that Mineski does. That's their playstyle. That's why they're loved. That's why they're like, Mineski. That's what they stand for. And then, you have to be able to... You have to be ready for that. You have to have something that can fight. I miss the oomph in the lineup of First Departure.
I agree, I'm missing the oomph. It's time for the Bristleback to come out to add the oomph back in.
I don't think that would work either, because that's not the hard enough carry, but it's, like, not in this lineup, not as 5th pick. Hey, I'm not hating on the Bristleback, I'm hating that he's not fitting in the lineup of First Departure. Whoa, I was
He fits in every lineup, Shiver.
Is this oh, I secretly hope that it's Leshrek solo mid, but I'm expecting Nyx Assassin.
Haha, it's probably Nyx, but Lesh would be sick.
That's old school, but I really love that. When that was a thing. Was Leshrek and Shadow Shaman solo mid all over again. I would love to see that again. I have kind of hope because, Leshrek up against the Dragonite can actually do quite well. While Nyx Assassin, I mean, he won't die, he will be okay, but yeah.
Lesh is decent mid, honestly. It's not that he's bad. It's just that he's very... Lesh is very item dependent when he's farming.
Yeah.
Like... He comes online so slowly that the game is very fast-paced for a hero that, like, Lesh a little bit. Yeah. Versus Lesh support, which is actually perfectly viable. Like, Lesh support is probably somewhat underpicked.
Yeah, I mean, he works well together with Rubik. If you have the right coordination and the synergy, as you do have the stun coming out from the telekinesis, so that's nice. Yeah. I have to say, Lone Druid
it's going to be Lesh support.
I'm not convinced by Lone Druid. I mean, he needs a lot of build-up time. Again.
Should have been Bristleback.
No, it should not have been Bristleback.
No, it actually should have been. I'm not actually kidding. Like, it should have been.
But it wouldn't be aggressive enough. He also needs some...
Bristle? Not aggressive enough?
Well, maybe, but
now you're just messing with me, Shiver.
Like, he is not... maybe it could have worked. It would have been better at least than
how
alone.
Good this hero is with Alchemist? Because Alchemist, like, does the Acid Spray and Medallion, and Bristle's damages all physical from Quills. Like, bro, don't even.
Okay, but
did you see this Navi game that just wrapped up where they played incredibly badly and they still won because BB God?
Like the one that was playing in the same time that we saw the previous game, the one that you were having,
at the same time
when you had your full attention focused on Mineski versus
when I had
First Departure.
My full, yes,
that one?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
I have it also next to my screen.
Yeah, you're giving me crap, but you do the same thing.
Well, I actually didn't notice. I just, I was too focused on Mineski and first part check. I can't stop because then I'll just, my camera will mess up. Ooh, look at this aggression coming out from first departure. They have learned.
Yeah.
They don't have a quelling blade on lobby, but they have learned the aggression.
Where's the quelling, Obama? But no, I like this. I like this.
Let's take a look at who's playing what, because lobby is indeed, as said, playing the Alchemist, already hiding in that jungle. Kai will play the Visage, has got a smoke in his inventory, so it's a semi-aggressive trial for now with Hana, the Darkseer, that want to try and bait Mineski out to thinking that he is by himself. We have in the mid lane Pelozon, this time on a Dragon Knight. Cool set he has, by the way.
Uh-oh. Check this out.
What's he doing? So Telekinesis comes out, but Jay, what are you doing? Wait, perhaps is it enough? They have a soul substitute. There it comes.
There it is.
Oh my god!
What?
Oh wow!
Right
That's that shouldn't have happened. That would have been a first blood.
That just didn't happen.
That just didn't happen, indeed. Well, last but not least, it is Chibix playing Lone Druid on a solo safe lane.
Yep. And then looking towards Mineski, trying to get a commanding 2-0 lead in this best of 5. It's Jesse Vosh will be going on the Ultra Titan 1v1 versus Chibi's Lone Druid. Then in the middle, we've got Joven on the Nyx Assassin. No big surprise going up against Dragon Knight. As you said, Shiva, you can basically run anything against DK. And then in the tri-lane, it'll be Jay on the Rubik, Josh on the Lesh, and Jules on... I love the Jay thing.
Yeah.
On the Lifestealer.
And they're so nice to pronounce as well. I don't know, it has some...
They really are. It's very satisfying.
Yeah, it has some kind of thing to it. Like, yeah, it's nice. Nice alliteration going on.
Mm-hmm.
Change the name to Mineski? No.
Yeah.
Mineski. Done.
Mineski. This support lineup is really a blast from the past. Rubik Lesh.
Yeah, a Rubik Lesh are actually rotating bottom. As we have first departure smoking up. They want to go mid.
They're rotating bottom because this lane's not going well. Like Lone Druid is doing quite well and is actually defeating the Ultra Titan handily. So they want to try to change that, obviously, especially before he hits 5.
Well, let's see if they can. They've got the Telekinesis into a Split Earth, into an Astral Spirit to do some damage. But Lone Druid overall, the reason why he can be by himself on the lane is that he's normally just very difficult to kill. So everything has to be perfect, and there has to be some more harassment done beforehand, if possible. Oh, well, the bear, scouting it out. Chivix running for his life. He has got some tangos to eat himself through the trees should it be needed, but I think that gank is officially failed. While the gank of first departure also kind of failed, or at least their smoke is off. I'm not sure if Jules actually saw them already, but it's very difficult also to kill a Lifestealer because he can just rage before the stun of the Alchemist hits him. Oh my god, are they gonna kill a bear? They are. Maybe are.
No, they're not.
No?
It's got too much HP. Oh, maybe not.
But they're using a lot of mana on him though. The block is gonna be there as well.
It's worth it if they get the kill.
Yeah, 300 gold.
Nice stun.
Yeah. Very nice stun and very nice last hit.
That's first blood. 300
gold going away.
First bear blood.
First bear blood spilled. Bear dies. It's also sad when the bear dies, but very good for Mineski to get that extra, basically a bunch of gold. And while Chibix, even though he hasn't died, even though that gank kind of failed. Oh my god, are they gonna kill the bear again? Because that would be devastating.
Second bear blood?
Where's he going?
No,
anyway?
They're gonna go mid. They're going mid.
Yeah, the bear is trying to find the supports, can't find it. Oh, hello.
Sup.
Welcome. Telekinesis. Split Earth misses with because of the haste rune. The haste rune is gonna keep him safe. Well.
This video game's really weird, Shiver.
Yeah, it is. What was he doing there?
I don't know.
Oh, Alchemist charging up a stun, going top, and as said, Jules can just rage himself.
He doesn't have
rage. Oh, he doesn't have rage. Oh my god,
rage.
That's actually a pretty big deal. The tower will keep him safe. The soul substitute will still come out, but it's not enough to take him down. And actually,
Shiver, video games are happening.
Well, does that count as first blood? If the Direct has to kill?
It doesn't. It does not.
Oh my god. It's just, if Jules only had hit once, that would have been a kill for him. He would have had first blood. He would have been awesome.
But he couldn't. I mean, he had to run.
Yeah, that's true. If he would have actually hit that, he would have been dead. But
Mineski. Sorry, go ahead.
What?
Nothing. They're just using Fieselfest, the magic carpet Smeevil. It's been a while since I've seen this career. Departure rocking the PBR.
Yep. Prismatic. Roshan.
It's platinum, isn't it? I don't think it's prismatic.
Platinum. Platinum, fine.
What is this, my Dota skill rating? Roshan's.
Yep. Oh, they might be able to get Joven. There's still a Spike Carapace though, and he can turn that on. Lobby will at least be stunned. They're trying to... Oh, yes, Soul Assumption comes in. That's a first blood. That counts. First departure finally gets it. A rotation comes in. I love the Dragon Tail into the Alchemist stun to prevent the Spike Carapace from happening while the stun from Alchemist was flying. And yeah, very controlled by first departure. Very controlled kill. That doesn't happen often in this matchup.
Mm-hmm. And they get the first blood credit for it, despite the fact that we already saw a bear kill and a dire tower kill.
Yep. Dire tower kill. I can't believe it.
You know, there's a special... never mind, I'll tell you later.
Okay, well we have got Root Gaming on. It is the bear with the entangles up. So we'll see if Lone Druid can get himself a bit of a better time bottom. I mean, he's definitely not doing bad. 23 for 3, even though, you know, there were some supports coming bottom and he had to play extra safe. But now that he has Entangle, I think that he can start coming a lot more ahead and perhaps even get a kill, and if he is lucky with his Entangles. Kind of hoping for the Lone Druid as well, that he might have someone rotating in to help him with that kill, because I think that is definitely a possibility. On the other side, we've got ourselves a level 6 for Joven. So that's Nyx Assassin with his Vendetta up.
Yeah, and Nyx is actually doing pretty well even with the death. I mean, he's 28 for 6. Dragon Knight can't really stop him, so he's actually going to go in for the kill on Peloson. He might even be able to get it with the stun from Lesh.
Nice! One more hit needed. That's going to be the kill. The Alchemist stun not really doing anything, and I mean, we always, well, not always, but we sometimes talk about how obvious it is when Nyx Assassin is missing and he's level 6 and he's going to be, you know, he's going to be ganking somewhere and is the most obvious one to be ganking around as a hero mid. But if you just pop your ulti straight away, run at your solo mid hero, that's just brilliant. I mean, Dragon Knight had no idea. He was oblivious.
Yeah.
He
was. I mean, it was a really great play from Joven. I actually wasn't sure if he'd have quite enough damage because, of course, Vendetta is physical, so it's reduced by armor. Yeah. But it was enough, so good. Really great work. And Lubby just has not had the early game impact that Jay had on the Alch. Straight up.
Oh, Hana might be in some trouble. Oh, Split Earth coming out. Yep, on par. Edict there as well. In comes Alchemist with the stun, but Hana's still gonna die. Leshrek's Edict bursting through.
Yeah, that was really well. Leshrek played that so well. Yeah. Not only did he land the Split Earth, but just slightly moving so that the Alchemist's stun range wouldn't clip the Lifestealer. It was really good.
And on top of that, he just placed some new wards. So there is vision, like aggressive vision, coming out on behind the tier 1 tower top. There is vision in the mid lane to see if someone's coming to gank the Nyx Assassin. I think that Mineski is starting to get ready for a bit more aggressive Dota, even though they're not forced into it because they don't have, like they are okay also for late game. Though of course first departure is going to be slightly ahead in terms of having a lone druid, but I don't think that Mineski is in any rush to make things happen. I think that they will soon rotate a bit more heavily as they have been. Or perhaps try and at least take their first tower, as they have got Edict level 2.
Yeah, I don't think the situation is that grim for first departure yet. Uh-oh, bear trouble. Oh, never mind. Alright, Jesse Vosh is gonna get chased off.
Yeah, listen, see if he gets a first hit entangle? Nope, never mind.
Okay, yeah, he resummons. Very smart. You don't want to give that away. That's why Jesse Vosh was almost diving for it. And Peloson is looping around, so maybe they can try to go for Jesse Vosh now. Nope, guess not. That's too bad. But Chibi has the Midas, and he's been farming well. Like, both the Dragon Knight and the Lone Druid are last hitting a little better than Lifestealer. So, I think they're in okay... Uh-oh, Chibi's dead.
Oh. Ah, yep. Soul Assumption still comes out. Kai might be able to get a kill here. No, never mind. Creeps
he doesn't have mana for another Soul Assumption.
He's gonna TP out. There will be another stun in a second. No, it's gonna be too late.
That's a bad death. They can ill afford to have any deaths like that. They have to have their carries farm. And instead, that drops Chibi's net worth because, of course, Chibi doesn't have any kills. So it's all unreliable, right? So he hasn't used his Midas yet. It's sitting on his stash. He loses a lot of time, including potential Midas time. And he loses a lot of net worth. That puts him below the 3 top net worth players on Mineski.
Yeah, that's pretty scary, actually. Peloson tries to push some in the mid lane. He rotated earlier top to stop the push happening from Mineski there, which actually worked. So that's pretty good. Was the first real tower push attempt for Mineski, but they found that there is indeed reaction times for Peloson that know what's going on. I wish that Pelosian would be a bit more successful in his rotations, because as you just mentioned, he rotated bottom, and then he rotated top, and then he didn't get anything off the back of it.
DK is just not that rotatey of a hero. He's more of a, like, I get my farm, I make my first couple items, I push some towers. Like, when he rotates, he generally almost expects tower kills more than player kills, unless he gets Shadowblade, which he's not really that close to yet. Like, Shadowblade is another story, but then Shadowblade, of course, got nerfed, so it's less fun to take it. They're going to go for Jesse Vosh here. They should be able to do it, but you can see that with 3 players off map, like, Jesse Vosh knows something's going on. The question is, can he escape it?
Oh, the smoke gets dropped. They will be able to get the Dragon Tail out.
Nice. He has 23 seconds on TP left.
Yeah, he's not going to do it. He's going to die. Very nice kill for first departure. I mean, good rotation from them. I'm not quite sure why a sentry ward is placed.
I don't know.
He bought mechanism recipes. That's actually
for Nyx. It's for Nyx. The thing about Nyx is you always need to have sentries, because what happens if you go on the Ultra Titan and then all 4 of you get impaled?
True, you're right. That would be a pretty big comeback turnaround. Joven actually, I mean, after his kill in mid on the Dragon Knight, he hasn't really rotated with the Vendetta at all. So. Kinda continue to be passive.
He got Lone Druid, right?
Yeah, he did help to get Lone Druid, that's for sure. That is indeed true. Chibix, by the way, who went for a Hand of Midas, is just doing fine. He's second highest on that worth. And he might be getting lucky here. No, he doesn't. Well, he's got lucky that the stun hit misses. The Entangle still up on Jesse Vaj, who gets stunned and killed. That's going to be a nice pickup. Chibix still running for his life right now. There will be another Impale in just a second. Should be getting the kill if it hits. The Entangle's there. The Impale is there as well. Chibix will end up dropping as well as the Visage. Double kill for the Leshrac coming in with this Edict on, and now has to run away from Hana, who has that Iron Shell and actually might be able to get a kill. The Alchemist stun comes in, and that's going to be an Impale. Doesn't matter. Kill goes with the Darkseer. Joven will be back towards the tower, but that's 2 for 2 in the end. I mean,
and a tower.
And a tower indeed. They take the tower mid. It's not. I mean, it's not a great trade for first departure because they lose their Lone Druid. But it's the best kind of trade that you could have hoped for. If you are gonna lose the Lone Druid, then better get kills and a tower in return. Although they also lose the tower themselves.
I think it's okay. I mean, as you said, they lose Lone Druid, which is a huge deal because he has to farm well, and he's just getting hunted by Nyx Assassin. Yes, they pick up 2. I think the tower is the only really important part, because now Pelosian actually is able to move towards a major item. Like, that is a big deal to me. If he gets his BKB, which I guess it probably will be BKB first here, I don't know. Just looking at this Mineski team, I would definitely sleep a lot more comfortably if I had a BKB, but I don't know.
The Dragon Tails, the stuns coming out, BKB wouldn't be a miss for sure. We have got mechanisms, by the way, in almost both teams. Just need the one on the Darkseer to be complete, but the Elder Titan already has his one. So that's going to be preparing Mineski for a go. I feel like like I mentioned earlier, that they are in no rush to make anything happen. But it starts to get to...
you kind of do.
Yeah, it starts to get to the point where they still should make something happen, because... Yeah, that Lone Druid is going to get bigger and bigger, and you don't want to be going 5-on-5 when the Lone Druid is as big as he can get. So Lone Druid is a ticking time bomb in this case, and Mineski... It feels like they are too comfortable in the way things are going. I mean, it's going well for them, for sure, but...
Let's be fair, Jules has an assist, so he has infinitely more game impact this game than he had last game, just on percentage basis.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if he would have another 0-0 game 0, that would be kind of awkward.
I mean,
they're gonna hunt.
Oh, here we go.
That's a Blink Dagger up on the Nyx Assassin, up on Hana. Can he search himself away? He might be able to. I think he will, unless he blinks after, but no. That is actually pretty decent from the Darkseer.
I don't know about the decision not to use Rage for the attack speed to kill the Darkseer. I think if he had Raged... Well, now he can do it to escape, of course, but... They could have probably killed Darkseer and still gotten away if they had just used Rage. Okay. I don't know. They are giving FD some time. Like, Dragon Knight is farming quite well. He will go for Shadowblade, so... he's got the Claymore for it already. So
nice,
that's great. I mean, it's still very fun. It turns DK from a really boring hero into a somewhat fun hero.
Yeah, we're gonna have a rotation for Mineski. They have got Jay and Jules smoked up. Going to be helping out the Elder Titan, perhaps, and perhaps take a tower. I mean, so far there's only one tower down on either side, but you would expect more towers to be down on the side of first departure by this point, because, I mean, they have got a Leshrac. Perhaps they can find themselves a bear. It's not the easiest target to take down, but they're going to try. Fatebolt coming out, And Tangle already just hit on a creep, so can't happen on the lifestealer just yet. And now it can happen again. The familiar stun's coming out first, but in comes Jove and Fateful to finish it off. The rest of first Spartan have to back off. Shadowblade's still ready on Pelozon, but taking down Chivix is a big deal. Kai, open wounded. Soul Assumption still comes out, but it doesn't matter. Double kill for Jay. Rubik MVP takes himself one familiar, and the other familiar is gonna die as well. Ooh, wow. That breath.
Oh no.
Alchemist stunned himself. Darkseid Woe goes down. The vacuum is still there, but Lobby still picked up. Nice stomp coming off from Jesse here. Finding some time. Alchemist charging up a stun again. But I heard the Alchemist stun. It was a Rubik Alchemist stun. Thank you.
Yeah.
I was wondering where that sound came from. Pelozon goes invisible. Shadowblade paying off. I really wouldn't go in. They really want to go in.
Two ganks from Mineski, one of which was a miserable failure, one of which succeeded. Well, let's see what happens first.
Yeah. Soul Assumption and Breathe Fire will pick up still the Shrek. That's nice, at least. I mean, First Departure is definitely having a better grip on this game than they had in the previous game. I mean, that's undisputable.
Well, the thing is, they keep feeding Dragon Knight kills. Like, he's 4-1-1 now. He was, if they had gotten that kill, the gank on him, he would have been held off from Shadowblade for a full minute. Instead, he got the Shadowblade immediately. And now he's beyond it. He's got Treads, Shadowblade, 500 gold. So, I actually think FD are suddenly, like, pretty capable of pushing, even if they keep losing Chibi.
That's true. Alchemist charging up stun again. Sentry Ward upon Sentry Ward. Let's see who gets to the knife first.
You can just see that Lubby is just less experienced with this hero than Jay is. Not that Lubby's a bad player. Like, I've seen him on First Departure a lot, and he's good. But he's not... Like, when you see Jay play this hero, like in Game 1, never, ever, ever will he toss a concoction and not medallion the target before the concoction hits.
Medallion
and that's exactly
and
what Lubby
acid
was doing.
spray.
Right.
Option.
Yeah.
I mean, there's time for that. Normally,
yep, definitely, there is. But sometimes you don't want to acid spray just because it's very expensive, but always medallion because it's free. There's no reason not to do it. I mean, there is, but no, 99% of the time. Rubik with the stolen...
Yeah, I was wondering, like, wait a second, I'm confused because this dragon is on the wrong team.
It's legit. It's good for push.
Yep. I mean, they didn't even use Edict for that. I feel like they can just continue on. They've got 5 heroes here on this bottom lane. Why not? Try and push a bit more. At the same time, I mean, First Departure could try and make a comeback. They've got that Pelozon with the Dragon Form still on cooldown, but doesn't matter. With Shadowblade, he's still quite scary. They actually smoke up and go to where nobody of Mineski is.
Yeah, I don't know. Still very, very scary for FD. Like, if they ever get some breathing room, they can make a pretty compelling push, but there's a Nyx that can consistently carry Lifestealer around, which is what he's doing right now.
Yep, and he teleported top. He's looking for a pickup, looking for Chibix. I wonder if they can take him down. They were gonna try. Impale comes out, open wounds, Rage, looking for the kill. The TP out might be in time. It might be in time. It will be in time. Nicely done. Very nicely done. In the meantime, yep, in the meantime, Jay dies. Dragon Knight, with his might, able to get himself a kill. He also has a Dragon Form up again. If he finds himself a stun, can they stun him in time? Nope. And that will be Dragon Tail, stopping other Titan from teleporting out. Yep. He will die. Vacuum nicely done to make sure that there's not going to be a stomp happening. But they got 2 for the price of 0. In the meantime,
sure did.
The push happens still on top. Jules is actually, nah, he's backing off. I was going to say, like, that would be quite scary.
Finally has Armlet. So he had it delivered. He had it waiting, but he had to have it delivered from the courier. So Lifestealer has a little bit more punch power now. He didn't have the armlet for that lone druid. With the armlet, they would have gotten the kill.
Yeah, that's true. Well, tower defended for Mineski. For them.
Tower defense successful.
Yep.
Yeah, they still have 5 towers up against Lone Druid Dragon Knight. This is pretty... You feel pretty comfortable whenever that happens. But
yeah.
Chibi is going to go for that very slow Radiance. I don't know if this is really the game for that, but maybe it's okay.
If he continues to farm like he has, then yeah, it's okay. But if he dies a couple of times more, I wonder if it's in time. One thing that's a big difference compared to previous game, by the way, is that the supports of Mineski are not having as big of an impact as they had in the previous game. I mean, it's a nice combination with the Rubik and Leshrac, and they've definitely made some work, but the difference is just huge.
It's not that great of a combination at the end of the day. Like for instance, that if you read the Kuroki interview about Rubik, where he's just like, well, You know, the dude has a 22-second cooldown on his disable. Like, it's so long. And Fate Bolt just doesn't do very much. So I don't know. I think it's partially the heroes, honestly. Like, Alk CM is just so high impact with such low cooldowns. Bear is in trouble.
Yeah, and a lot of trouble actually. Pelozon thinking about going in, but it's gonna be too late for the bear at least.
Dude, bear has a 2-minute CD.
Alchemist coming in with a stun, will hit up on Joven before he can pop the Spike Carapace. Actually, it's on cooldown, and he will get picked up. Breathe Fire coming in. Kai will get picked up from the low ground, though, and in the meantime, Jules opening up on Hana, who gets himself away. Now Pelozon, man fighting with the Lifestealer. Telekinesis, no more man fight, as everybody is helping Jules out. That's going to be 2 for 1 for now. Entangle will still happen, so that's going to be good for first departure, but I feel like they will lose their tower.
Yeah, the first departure in the end just gets dominated, that team fight. But the main thing there for me, actually, what turned the fight was that incredibly adept series of stuns on the Dragon Knight. And that's what happens when you don't go BKB, right? Like, he's going BKB now, but that was just great. Like, they perfectly chained the Rubik TK into the Split Earth, into the stolen Unstable Concoction stun. It was just very well put together, and that's what Mineski's lineup can do. They're very stun heavy, like shockingly stun heavy.
Yeah, pretty scary as well. And Chivex, I mean, he doesn't die there, so that's good. He has got finally himself got himself the relic, so the start is there.
Yeah, he doesn't die, but he did feed 300 gold and 300 XP to Nyx Assassin, who basically got a full 4-staff.
Yes, after already having a Blink Dagger ready, so he is ultra mobile right now. Nyx Assassin solo mid, I have to say I'm not too big of a fan of it. I like him more as a support who gets some farm, who also like normally gets himself some gold to get a Blink Dagger. I feel like he hasn't been having the impact I would expect of a solo mid. As Pelozon actually Shadowblade's up for the top lane, but right now
it's always the challenge. But
gone.
if they'd just gotten that chibi kill where Jules didn't have armlet and didn't use rage, like there are 2 failed Nyx Assassin Vendetta kills that basically failed because Lifestealer wasn't dealing enough DPS. Like, I find it hard to blame Nyx Assassin too much for that.
True, very true. It's just I don't know. I feel like it could have been a different pick. Like anything can be going up against a DK, so I don't know.
It's just the stuns are really good, and then. Never mind.
Oh, wow. Pelozon coming in with a surprise, but he is now going to be the target. Nice back on wall, and Jay will be the one to get picked up. Jules rages away. Wow, that was a perfect bait. Perfect bait of Chibex.
I have to say, Mineski, this game is getting away from them pretty fast, actually. ChibiX is now 2 levels ahead of Jules. First Departure has vastly superior push. The main thing is they still have Elder Titan. It's pretty hard to win games against Elder Titan.
Yeah, the turtle potential is big in this one. Here comes the Impale, Infest out. They don't see Pelozon though, they don't have detection, so they open up on Hano, who searches himself away. Nice Split Earth. Hits up on Kai, who doesn't really get to do that much before he dies. Josh, though, he'll get picked off, and Jesse Vash will be next. Pelozon is doing the work, a brilliant back again. Hana searches himself away. Nice Spike Carapace, buying some time for the Nyx to jump himself out, while Alchemist will miss his stun. End up stunning himself, or yeah, Jules. Nope.
Never mind.
Never mind indeed. Jules still running, might be helping. No, he doesn't. He doesn't care about Hana. He just cares about getting away. He still has the arm on top. The bear is still chasing him down. Pelozon with the Shadowblade as well, but he won't be able to catch anybody anymore. Jay, why are you backing off? Why is he coming back? He's trying to help.
Who knows?
He's trying to help Joven. And actually, they go back in. Why are they going back in? The Entangle! Trying to eat himself up. Jules! They could have backed up. They could have lived, but they just walk him back to die. Jay, same story. Why? Why?
Well, see Dodo.
Yeah.
They
never give up, never surrender?
Never give up and never surrender. And yeah, Mineski went all in on that fight. So just as now they're really behind. Like that fight cost them a lot.
Yep. I have to say, I'm kind of surprised to see the gold graph still so very even. Experience graph, same story. I mean, it's only 15 to 13 with the experience. Like, it's very even on both accounts.
It's even, but just look at how the shape of the graph changes after that fight.
Yeah.
And even at 24 favors First Departure, in my opinion. They have a straight up better late game. Yeah.
And that Lone Druid is finished with his Radiance, so that will be having a big impact on the next couple of fights. And I have to say, I'm impressed with Pelozon. I mean, you're saying that Dragon Knight is, you know, you don't like him, but he is pulling his weight right now. He definitely is.
No, Peloson has had a great game in my opinion. They've given him up. They've kind of fed him some kills, I think. But he's definitely like he's taken the opportunity given to him and made a lot of it. So he's gotten 5 kills in the last 5 minutes or so. Like he's really doing work on this DK.
Yeah.
So maybe Mineski with some good ganks can turn it around.
He's involved in. Oh wait a second, by Hana. Infest gank for the next assassin.
13 of their 15, yeah.
Yeah, he's been in 13 out of their 15 kills, which is pretty impressive. A dust gets thrown out randomly to see if Pelozon is close by, but no such thing. He is close by, but he was too far away to get hit by the dust. He actually has got himself a Gem of True Sight, by the way. Pelozon does.
That's very smart.
Donated by Kai.
Very smart.
And he's
so
going
he wins that stealth battle easily.
Are they actually going in though? Open wounds on the bear again. Nope, just backing off. Rightfully so. I mean, everybody is missing from the map, so you know that everybody of first departure should be around where you are, especially because you see bears, you see everything.
I love this extremely optimistic ward from Mineski. Like this ward position reflects an optimism and a sunny attitude towards Dota that I think we should all have.
Yeah.
This is like a glass half full word right here.
We're gonna reach that point at some point.
Yeah,
we're gonna have
in the next 6 minutes. This will be relevant. I promise.
No. Well, let's see if because Mineski is still. I mean, they're putting on the pressure right now. One could ask if it was maybe a bit too late to try this now that the Radiance is up on the bear, but they have got like. Their time bomb that they feel, the sense of time bomb is definitely there. Pelozon goes in though. The center ward is there. Nice Dragon Tail. There goes an opening up. Vacuum into the wall. Entangle already up, and that's already. Next assassin dies so fast. Dies so fast. They're already forced back out, and everybody is still in very much danger of dying, especially with that bear chasing them down and burning them to death. Unless they can find themselves a teleport, but they can't teleport, not with the spirits there. Or with the kills happening. Alchemist will end up stunning himself. Rubik will still die. And that's a disconnect from Pelozon. That's a shame. But they won't be able to catch a risk anymore.
He actually he didn't Shadowblade to chase because he was disconnected, so they could have gotten another kill. That's really too bad. That's definitely connection issues hurting them there. That's very unfortunate for first departure. I feel bad.
Yeah, but they're still doing pretty well.
Is no, absolutely, I agree with you, because just look at how much of a chasm is opening up with the Lone Druid. Not only is he 1.7k gold ahead of Jules on net worth, he's also now 3 levels ahead of Jules. So he's got his level 3 ultimate in a second. He's probably going to level it, of course, but still.
That is actually a very big difference in levels, as you say. That Hand of Might is paying off. And actually, do we actually have... Oh, we have 1 Hand of Midas on Elder Titan. We only have 2 Hand of Midases in the game. I want everybody to take a look and to take this into you, like, you know, accept that there's only 2 Midases. There is still hope for Dota.
This is none of that passive, trashy European Dota. This is
the true battle.
Yes. Yeah, isn't that funny? We spent all these years whining about Chinese Dota so passive, but right now it's European Dota is by far the slowest and most boring. China plays Bristleback. They know what's up.
Yeah, they do.
They know what time it is. They also play Necrolite, which is also knowing what time it is. Sorry, Nucleus.
Wow. They really don't like that name?
Oh, I love the name. I'm just trying to pronounce it as accurately as possible.
Necrophos?
Nucleus.
No. I won't accept that. Well, at least VG Gaming is in Poland to show some of the...
They are? They did really well.
Yeah, and they can show the Western scenes.
I saw their game against... who did they play first? AAA?
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, the stream was just constantly dropping, so I didn't get most of the game either.
I didn't see the Nave game because it was just unwatchable, yeah.
Yeah.
But they won, so...
You didn't catch the storyline from it. Yeah, they won. That was good. And they're going to be up against Alliance soon.
Mm-hmm. It's going to be an interesting game.
It's a shame.
No?
Well, it depends on how fast his best of 3 is done, but best of 5 is done, because I'm actually... If it's fast enough, then I'm going to go to see Catching Fire.
Oh, the Hunger Games one.
The Hunger Games one.
Yeah.
So,
I like the pause, the way that Dragon Knight is standing in the pause. He looks like an acrylic model, like a little Dragon Knight thing that you can put on your mantle.
Like his wings, like
are fully extended. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it like his wingspan is length thing. I don't know.
That was the discussion from the other day. Yes, his wingspan extends and/or is lengthening depending on whether he's Viper or Night Stalker. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if it's scary and it looks like a skeleton, or if it's just real awesome actually looking.
I think it looks great. Yeah, he's in full flight. It's too bad Showcase View doesn't work in the one perspective that you'd think it would work. It's really weird to me that it works when you're playing, which you would never want it to be, and it doesn't work when you're casting.
The Showcase View?
Yeah, Showcase View. The whole like it.
Because I saw yesterday, like Toby is doing the observer for the thing, right? For the thing, and he can do it.
Well, why the hell can't we?
I don't know. Well, I have turned off that you can scroll. Do you? Like,
what do you mean?
If I scroll, I do not zoom in.
No. I've got zoom on.
Oh, okay, then that's not.
I'm zoomed in right now.
Then I don't know how.
I'm always zoomed in, Shaver. I just want to play. I just want to play my first-person Dota. Okay.
Yeah, I understand fully. It's so fun.
That's why I play Smite.
Whoa! He instantly turns around and still goes for it. Pelozon.
He's a man.
Yep, he wants to go for the tower though. The tower is so low already. Jules has to be
no
careful.
backdoor on tier 1, so it's easy.
Yep. And Jules has to be very careful. He's actually going for a Suns and Yasha for that extra movement speed.
It's actually a pretty good call here, I feel. But it needs Basher too, pretty bad.
Well, we'll see. Well, this is I mean, how long did First Departure just spend on that tier 2 tower, right? Next push it'll die. Do you count pause time? Do I count what time?
Yeah, no, for sure. I was just kidding. I said, do you count pause time? Yeah, no, I mean, they have a great pushing lineup. They can clear towers out. And that's all of the BKB for DK, too. I think this BKB is actually tremendously important. Like, if it just had the BKB during the fight that they lost over here, they can win that fight. And now, it's going to be very difficult for Mineski to do anything against Dragon Knight specifically.
Well, Mineski is going to be trying to at least get a bit of an edge again, because if they take down this Roshan, they will definitely be able to get themselves back in the game. Because right now they're starting to lose their grip, and an Aegis is just what they need. They don't have any kind of medallion though, right? Do they?
No, I don't. I mean, the Aegis is really good, and I don't think First Departure can stop it. Maybe they can steal it with a bird. They already lose one bird.
Yeah, they're gonna be too late.
They tried, but not quite. Yeah, 2 lives on Jules is going to be fantastic for them. And the other good news for Mineski, Visage has nothing still. Like, he is level 9, and he has Brown Boots earned stick. So the Visage is not really a factor. So there's not that damage coming in, at least.
That helps. Oh, that stomp is totally dodged.
Is he going to get high grounded?
Yes, he is! Pelozon telekinesis splitter. He does have a BKB, he gets forced to the low ground. And Shadow Blades himself away. Wow, that was so close. That would have been amazing if Mineski would have gotten that.
Yeah, really, I mean, smart Force Staff from Hana, I guess?
Yes. Oh, that was so close. I actually didn't notice it until, like... Yeah, exactly that. Telekinesis... I mean, he didn't even have time to pop his BKB. I was too shocked.
Yep.
Are you expecting Mineski to try and make this Aegis work aggressively?
The problem is that I'm sure they want to, but can you really? Like, you need a situation like that high ground telekinesis, like a situation in which you catch one person out or you put them in a favorable position for you. Otherwise, First Departure are kind of too far ahead. Like, the graphs don't really reflect how in control they actually are. Like, just what do you do against Dragon Knight unless you do something insanely surprising like that telekinesis? He's got Gem and BKB, so almost all the time he knows what's going to happen before it happens. Like, look at this.
Wow.
He's starting the fight.
Yeah, and he actually walked into a Gem Joven, but I didn't realize in time. Nice stomp coming out. The BKB duration is almost over, and perhaps Mineski's gonna go in afterwards, but this will be too late for Jay. Might be too late for Joven as he tries to get himself away. Will be able to do that with his Force Staff. And that's already 1-0 with a Dragon Knight taking the kill and the tower already down because Lone Druid doesn't care about heroes, he only cares about buildings. And I mean, that Aegis, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough.
It's not. They really... I mean, the nice thing is that they at least forced out the Darkseer wall, which wasn't too effective, but... Does it matter? I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what Mineski do, unless it's, yeah, get free kills, like try to create something unexpected, create some chaos.
And hope this first departure makes some big mistakes.
Yeah? That's certainly possible.
Always possible. And I mean, we've seen mistakes from both sides already this game and previous games, so, you know.
Oh, we've seen some really, really good play as well. Mineski can... True. It's not impossible to turn this around at all, by any means. I mean, Lifestealer is a threat, or Elder Titan is a stupid hero, and he's got BKB of his own.
Yeah, enough money for a recipe now as well, so he'll be having that quite soon. And, I mean, they're getting more and more items, which is really nice, but they, like... I'm not convinced.
The question is, in this Aegis timer, can they actually generate a map objective? And the answer, I think, is probably not.
Yeah.
And that's a problematic answer, because it means that after that, they basically have to wait for the next Roche. Which is a long time to wait.
Or Departure kind of throws them at them and, you know, says,
right.
Here, take my life.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, first Departure, they can wait the 3 minutes. I don't think they'll want to, though.
They have smoked up. They don't want to. Though they are rotating towards a place where Mineski is actually not. Mineski themselves also smoked up, so great minds think alike. And we'll see which one is the one to get the advantage here. And one thing that is always very important with smoke gangs, high ground, low ground. And right now, it is first Departure closer to a high ground. They have the advantage. Unless Mineski knows they're there. They know a bear is there. They know that Han is there. They don't see the smoke targets, though. Ah, now they do. Now they do. The question is, do they want to go in? Coming in from the side.
Yeah.
They're thinking about it. Pelozon is right there, though. They go for Pelozon first. Can they take him out before he can pop his BKB? Yes, they can. Going for the next one. Going for Chibix. No open wounds anymore, but it doesn't matter. In the meantime, Alchemist tries to help out where he can. Can't help just yet, though. Impale misses. TP out for Hana. Looking for the Lone Druid still. Nice Split Earth coming out. And Chibix tries to TP out, but won't be able to do that. 2 cores picked up. This is Mineski's time. They now have to make something happen. They have to either push or get some kind of objective.
They can get a tier 2, I believe, because they do still have the Aegis. That was exactly... Oh, actually, they're going to get the Visage. Probably.
I'm thinking he is just trying to delay their push.
Lift? He is, absolutely. He's just wasting time.
Because he could have TP'd out ages ago.
Lifestealer. Yep.
Yeah.
So exactly what we were talking about. Mineski needed to create chaos, and the loop around, they actually knew very, very well what... First Departure tried to do a pretty entry-level bait, right? Like, oh, you see our Lone Druid? You should go for this Lone Druid from this angle. And Mineski, I mean, they, to their credit, they pretty much figured out this was happening, and instead of doing that, they loop all the way around so they get the high ground advantage that you were talking about, Shiver.
Yeah.
They completely took advantage of it, and even more importantly, they caught DK out pre-BKB. Such a good play by Mineski, and I mean, they're still behind, but that was very critical for them.
Yeah, very, very needed as well. They won't be able to get anything else out of it. They don't even get the tier 2 tower. But I think that they definitely gave First Departure a bit of a scare. And in this kind of game, a mind game is half the game, almost. Just trying to delay First Departures from going in, and so that you can have more time to find your opportunities to create the chaos that you were talking about.
Yep, and Blink Dagger for Rubik off of that when he already had the Force Staff. So we're going to be looking for some big plays from Jay here. There are good spells to steal, and he has been stealing some good ones.
Yep. Let's see if the Infest Bomb is going to be successful. Nyx Assassin. He's got himself a Lifestealer inside of him. A Lifestealer who doesn't have an Aegis anymore because it vanished, but... Well, he didn't die before, so why would he die now, right? Let's see if they can do it. Pelozon doesn't have his own gem. Who has the gem? We don't know. The Sentry Ward goes down, though. Pelozon... This time they don't have enough, or do they? Disables! There comes he. Oh, no, that's not going to be enough. He BKBs, he turns around, goes for Joven. Joven that. Jesse Flash turns on his BKB, tries to punch Pelozon to death. One more punch needed to bull charges, keep Pelozon up. Jesse, can he get the punch? No, he cannot. The Soul Assumption will kill him before he can kill Pelozon. That's going to be Mineski backing off. And the tower is safe still. Leshrek and Lifestealer staying alive, but... Oh, it was so close, but if, like, they need to get... the same thing over. Like, they need to get the Dragon Knight down before he can turn around and kill everybody else.
Right. Pre-BKB. They need to kill him before he can BKB. And, I mean, they tried to pull the exact same trick, except on way more unfavorable territory. Like, under a tower, in a narrow space. It was very tough. I mean, if they get Pelozon, again, like, yeah, maybe, but Instead, they didn't even get him. Briefcase Man made a very daring charge at the end, but no luck.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna die anyway, but I will want to take one with me.
Exactly, yeah. He hasn't used this Midas in like 2 minutes and a half, which... Why do you have a Midas?
What?
His Midas, Elder Titans, like he hasn't used it in 2 minutes.
Oh! That's a bit awkward. Well, Bear might be on an awkward position as well. Let's see if they can take him down. Punches. He can be resummoned in just a second. One more hit needed. Can they find him?
1 second to pull it.
Nice impale.
He should have just taken the tower, I think. Oh, well, I guess no. The hero had already run away, so whatever. Never mind. Never mind.
There is a resummon on the bear though, so it's already back up. But it's always nice to take care of that bear. If you can make sure that there's only one bear during a big team fight, that's actually a big deal. Oh
yeah, it's an enormous deal. It's a very annoying gameplay mechanic, like, but it's fun in a way as well.
Yeah. First departure. This time not doing a counter stroke.
I'm shocked he didn't. He never bothered to get like phases on the bear or anything. It's just brown booting it up.
Yeah. Good thing that they have the Assault Cross now, though. I mean, right now, I mean, the farm of Mineski is like it's starting to fall behind. I feel we do have a smoke up though, and they're looking for the initiation. They're on the high ground once again. They see first departure. The ping comes out. The question is, where are they gonna try to go in? Roshan is up again in about 1-2 minutes ish.
Did they get their gem back? Okay, they did. Hana has it. Got it.
Now the gem is also.
Or Hana has Mineski's, and Mineski has Pelosons.
They exchange gems. That's always awesome. You get mine if I get yours. Yep.
Yikes.
Oh, Elder Titan. Might be in some trouble. If they find him. Nah, they're just gonna go for a free tower. Why not?
Wait, what?
Backdoor protection ain't got nothing on me.
Yeah, Lone Druid is pretty insane at pushing towers. I mean, just Demolish is so strong.
Well, they're gonna have to wait a while if they want to wait for the Roshan around here.
Yeah, another I hate this thing. Minute and a half?
Well, right now, this is about 1 minute. Minute and a couple of seconds.
Okay. Minute and a few.
Yep. It was 2 and minutes and 40 seconds.
Mm-hmm. So, Mineski, what do you do, right? Like, you can just try to generate those chaotic kills, right? But it's very tricky to do so. And they have Lifestealer sitting inside of Nyx, and he has been for a while, so he's not farming. Yeah, he's not farming at all. His build is basically flatlined. The next thing he's making will be a Dezo. They actually find the bear. I don't think it's on cooldown, but this is some gold. This is a little bit of nice income, and it makes the next team fight a little easier if they can kill the bear again, obviously, as you mentioned earlier.
Well, one thing that I find
staff for Lesh from that bear, actually.
That's actually a pretty nice deal. I wouldn't say a big deal, but it's nice. One thing that I'm actually lacking, I mean, we have been talking about what Mineski has to do to get back into this game, or to still take this game out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's getting that perfect team fight, right? Picking off Peloson and getting that element of surprise and chaos.
Yes.
The way to do this, if they can kill the bear again. No, this time First Departure is going to go in for a fight. BKB for Peloson goes for the supports first. Forces them back. Spike Carapace not going to happen. Nice Alchemist stun up onto killing them both. In the end, the rest of Mineski just runs themselves away. That was too greedy for the bear.
It was. FD are very much pressuring so heavily, and you see the Rubik buying back because he knows it's Roshan time. And Lubby has picked up the critical items for Alchemist, the Power Treads, the Medallion, the Blink. And he has 1600 gold. Because the Cuirass has actually already been picked up in this game, he can go even more all in on damage if he wants after this. Like, he could go for Mjolnir or something, which we don't usually see, but it's actually pretty good.
Yep. Well, I mean, the one thing that I was gonna say that was that Mineski needs wards. They don't have any up, and of course it's very difficult because there's gems all over the place. But I feel like they could find some positions for wards.
This
like
is tricky, actually. They could steal it, maybe. And the bear's low, and he doesn't have resummon.
Ah, they're gonna be too late. Oh, the Blinken is still there, but it's too late. First up to the high ground, Jade. Damage control, I guess. Making sure that he gets himself back out. The Familiar is still stumped up Jesse Vash, but First Departure got what they came for, and they back off after it. I kind of think that with this Aegis, they can go high ground.
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult to deny them. Now, it is on Lone Druid rather than Dragon Knight, which is a shame, I feel. Like, I think on DK it would be a little better. Although, both of these heroes have an awkward relationship with Aegis of the Immortal. in the sense that Dragon Knight is modal, so if he uses his dragon form, dies, and then comes back, he obviously doesn't have dragon form. But if Lone Druid uses Aegis but his bear is dead, it's completely useless.
Yep.
So the reason why I say DK is I just feel the one way Mineski has been winning fights is by catching out DK, and with Aegis, you can't.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter if you do.
If you have an Aegis on him, then regardless of the initiation of Mineski, you should be able to take the fight. We'll see though. BKB now up for Lone Druid as well, as Mineski is trying to make something happen again. They've got themselves smoked up and Vendetta. And yeah, it's already scouted out. The pings come out, the familiars, we'll see some people standing around, and that means that that's going to be the end of the story for Mineski's gank. They have been trying to create opportunities the whole damn time.
Yep.
And they're totally sacrificing their farm for it. Look at that gold graph. This is not because of the fights. This is just because First Departure is farming and Mineski is not. Experience graph, same story.
I agree with you, Shiver. The one thing I would say is that I don't know that they have much of a choice. I just feel like they don't want to play First Departure's game. Like, they want to have to play their own game. And even if it costs them all the farm in the world, like, the gold graph at this point is really not that meaningful. Like, there's no amount of gold at which Mineski can't have a good fight if they have the right positioning and the right execution. And, like, no amount of gold, on the other hand, farming for Mineski would suddenly make this favorable for them.
True. Nice split push coming out from the bottom lane, forcing everybody at First Departure back, because they were looking to try and make a go on a run for the tier 3 mid, but because of the split push coming out from Nyx Assassin, they forced some people back bottom. And therefore push is halted. First Departure, I mean, I really think that with the Aegis, if they have all the lanes pushed out properly, that they can just go for high ground in the mid lane or bottom lane or wherever they want to. But Mineski is doing a good job trying to delay it.
And the choice of Desolator for the Lifestealer very much reflects the idea that, hey, I mean, we've got this Vendetta, so we have a Nyx taxi service for Lifestealer anywhere. We actually can do a little bit of split pushing. Because if they weren't trying to split push, I would think that Deso would be a pretty bad choice. Because otherwise I would say you have to go Abyssal.
Yeah. I'm expecting him to still get that, and he is finally getting some more farm again because he's not sitting in Joven at the moment. So finally getting some more gold, and perhaps Basher is still going to be up before the next fight.
I think it's definitely Basher next.
But is it up for the next fight? That's the question.
Ooh, probably not. Not if First Departure just are active enough, which they're barreling up mid right now. So. Yep.
Let's see how far they get, and let's see if they get forced back, because we already have the split push on top and bottom happening. 3 on top for Mineski, 1 on bottom, with a Rubik pushing by himself, and actually TP's happening for Mineski towards back to base, or at least a couple.
Yeah, they're going to do their best to just do the same thing, split push, and then come back and defend.
Yep.
We'll see how it goes. Here comes the Frost Dragon.
For First Departure, Fortification was what I wanted to say. There's still the BKB up on 7 seconds. There's very decent BKB timing still for the Dragon Knight, by the way, considering he has had it for a while. He now also has got himself the Heaven's Halberd. Oh, well, that's going to be the taxi of Lifestealer already bursted down. Nice. Earthsplitter coming out, but it doesn't do enough. Yep, Gem.
Visage took it.
That's going to be a nice Dragon Tail coming out up on Joven, who just bought back. Already forced back into the fountain. Vacuum back, forced effort into safety. The burn! Soul Assumption dead again. BKB Bear. Well, that's just the most scary fight ever. I think we're going to have a GG on our hands. Lifestealer might be trying to turn this around, but he is just going to end up dying. Can't really reach his target. Gets picked off. More buybacks happening as the rotation has already happened. First Departure trying to go for the bottom lane entangle up on Josh. That's going to be a stomp from Elder Titan, who just bought back. Already forced back into base again. Jay also. This is the last 2 alive, and that means that this base is now property of First Departure, I'd say.
Yeah. BK Bear was the critical key to breaking the high ground. Like, it's, I mean, Bulldog didn't necessarily invent this, but he definitely popularized it. And it's just, if you're, it just is such a good tool for just breaking through and ensuring that the bear can kill all those buildings, and that's exactly what you see here. ChibiX just holding on through he didn't have the best early game, but it was very good. And Mineski just took a long time against a late game team, and especially Pelosan was really able to just take control.
Yep.
13, 3, and 12, like 25 out of their 29 kills on this Dragon Knight. That's
impressive.
Really, really great.
Oh, maybe Jesse can still get a... Yeah, he can get a Visage. He's fine.
Yeah, but they got Mega...
Maybe they can turn this around. Yeah, they got Mega Creeps against them. Still, no, Blink away. GG called. That's going to be our second game of the series, ending this in a 1-1 situation. So we're going to have a fourth game regardless. It is, of course, a best of 5 to decide who is going to be the champion of the Rapture Gaming League. And we should be back here soon with the third game of the series to see which team is going to match point.
Yeah, well played first Rapture, definitely. And it's going to be, I think it's going to be a good series. I thought it might be, so.
Yeah. Is definitely looking solid, and First Parts are definitely recovering from their first game here in this best of 5, because that was a pretty one-sided game. But we'll see if
what a great support game, by the way, from Lubby. Like, look at this ideal support score. Barely any deaths, no kills, so no gold taken from the Righteous. Yeah.
Oh, that's actually pretty impressive. I mean, you
really
were saying how like how he didn't do the things properly with.
It just wasn't as showy.
Wasn't as showy for sure, but he played a solid game, that's for sure. Wasn't as suicidal, we could say that too. Well, we're gonna see if Mineski can get back here in the third game, so stick with us. We'll be right back with more Rapture Gaming League.